big bet the night before that the markets would bounce back. At that moment, the stock market looked like it would open up big, and I was excited to make money. I'm having breakfast at the Dean and DeLuca on the bottom floor of One World Trade Center. My then business partner, Dan, and I start walking back towards my apartment. Dan turns to me and says, "Is the president coming in today?" Points up in front of us to a low-flying jet cutting through the sky right towards us. A second later, a microsecond, a second that will never repeat. Everyone on the street instinctively ducks. My eyes open. I see the plane scream straight into the building, accompanied by the loudest sound ever. Imagine a god opening up the door of a giant attic. Dan and I run to the nearest fire station. We want to help. One guy throws us 2 suits to wear inside the buildings. "Put these on." And then he asks, "Are you guys firefighters?" "No, but we can help." "Forget it, you have to be firefighters." And he and the other guys in the fire station put on their suits, get in the truck, turn on the siren, and leave. Many died less than an hour later as the buildings crashed in on them. We go back towards the smoking buildings. People are throwing themselves off the top. From a distance, they look like black little squiggles twisting in the air. Up closer, you see the more familiar outlines of bodies. Then the buildings start to shake and then tumble, sending up enormous amounts of smoke and blackness. We run back to my apartment. The black cloud covers the entire building. My little daughter had peed on the floor, and when she hears this, that I put this in here, I wonder if she's going to be upset at me. But nevertheless, she peed on the floor. Everyone is scared. People had gathered in my apartment are crying. Everyone feels powerless. Nobody knows what to do. Announcements blasted over a bullhorn tell us to leave the area, but we don't. Is it safer outside or inside, we wonder. Our windows are pitch black, all the dust and destruction trying to pound their way into the apartment. We stay up all night, taking turns listening to the radio, and the next day, part 2 of everyone's lives begins. A few months later, I'm dead broke from day trading. I knew nothing about day trading, but I had gambled away millions of dollars. At night, I dream of enormous tidal waves sweeping over Manhattan, and I wake the moment I realize in the dream that I can't run fast enough to escape. I desperately want to sell my house. I've already lowered the price 3 times, but there are no buyers. Every day I call the broker, and he says, "Move the price down again." But I don't want to, but I have to do it anyway. More waiting. I look at my bank account again, $143. How did this happen? I think I'm smart, but I've been the biggest idiot. I start crying. What am I going to do? I call my wife. I'm supposed to get something from the store, but in my panic, after I saw my bank account, I totally forgot what I'm supposed to get. I go to a payphone. New York City still had them at this time in 2001, and I start dialing. But I don't hear a dial tone. I press the keys, no sounds. I feel something against my ear. I pull the phone away, but it's sticky and grabbing onto my hair. The phone is covered in shit. Human shit? Dog shit? I still don't know. And now it's all over my hands and hair. When I was 8 years old and thought my future would take me from success to success, I never would have predicted this moment. I drop the phone quickly. I yell out, but people keep walking by. Dead broke, shit in my hair, and I forgot what I'm supposed to get at the store. That night, I go to my neighbor. I'm desperate. "Hey, do you think I can get a job investing at the fund you work for?" He looks down, maybe a little embarrassed that he even has to answer me, and he hesitates. I'm feeling red. I'm feeling like I'm going to cry again. I hate asking people for things. He says, "You might need a little experience, like maybe a degree in finance, or maybe you need to work at a fund or a bank for a while and start from the bottom. There's a lot of people trying to get into this business. It's hard to skip the line." I really hate when people tell me that. I had to change. Once again, I had to change. I had to change everything. I had to find something I could be obsessed about. I had to get good at it. I had to make money from it. I wanted to feed my family, and I needed to do it right away. I didn't have 10,000 hours. I needed to skip the line. I've woken up in the middle of the night, 3 in the morning, many, many, many times, opening my eyes into that dark blue, so many voices racing in my head.